evening from Dubai, and good morning and good afternoon to all our participants from around the world.
Welcome to the Girl Power webinar, which is Greenup Foundation's celebration of International Day of the Girl 2020.
My name is Dhyuti. I am 12 years old and I am a member of Green Hope's Children's Board.
My name is Ananya. I am 11 years old and I am also a member of Green Hope Children's Board. Together, Dhyuti and I will be your moderators for this webinar.
International Day of the Girl is celebrated every year on 11th October to highlight the unique challenges faced by young girls across the world and also to celebrate their achievements. The COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted much of the progress made to empower girls, widening the opportunity gap and worsening the obstacles already faced by young girls worldwide.
It is therefore time to build back better and ensure that young girls around the world have equal access to education, sanitation, and the freedom to live their lives. Only then can we achieve SDG 5, gender equality. This year, the United Nations is focusing on ensuring that girls live free from gender-based violence, harmful practices, and HIV and AIDS, learn new skills towards the future they choose, and lead as a generation of activists accelerating social change.
Today, we are joined by young girls like us from across the world, and they will share their insights with us on this auspicious day.
We shall begin this webinar with a video message from the Honorable Carolyn Bennett, Member of Parliament for Toronto St. Paul's, Canada. Can we have the video, please?
October 11th is the International Day of the Girl Child, a day dedicated to celebrating the voices and power of girls, championing their rights worldwide, and reflecting on the challenges they continue to face because of their gender. When I think of the Day of the Girl, I immediately think of my mother and grandmother, successful florists, but neither of whom had finished high school, but wanted the best possible education for my sister and I. I think of meeting Dr. Seema Samar, who risked her life educating girls when education of girls was banned in Afghanistan by the Taliban, and Sally Armstrong, who brought her story to us in Canada, and then as Unicef Special Representative to Afghanistan. I remember the founding of Girls 20 in Toronto, which brought together a girl from all the G20 countries to make sure their voices were heard and making an impact and creating possible change in their communities and far beyond. We thank Belinda Stronach and Farah Mohammed. I remember meeting the G20 girls at a meeting at the Canadian Mission of the UN in 2014. And I, of course, think of Malala Yousafzai and her powerful speech to the House of Commons. She said, "We need to encourage girls that their voice matters. I think there are hundreds and thousands of Malalas out there." And then the Malala Fund, which is funding education for girls. One child, one teacher, one book, one pen can change the world. On the International Day of the Girl, we know girls are leading the way as students, entrepreneurs, volunteers, and activists, and proving that you're never too young to shape the future and improve the lives of others. This year's United Nations theme for International Day of the Girl Child, My Voice, Our Equal Future, reminds us all that everyone benefits when girls have a chance to excel. I can't thank Hekashan Bazu enough for her leadership in our community and around the world. She inspires us all, and especially on the International Day of the Girl Child.
Thank you very much, Minister Bennett, for your inspiring words. We now have a video message from Dr. Lauren Rumble, Principal Advisor, Gender Equality at Unicef. Can we have the video, please?
Happy International Day of the Girl. It's such a pleasure to celebrate with you and 1 billion other girls around the world, 600 million of whom are adolescent girls just like you, poised to take on the future. Our future entrepreneurs, leaders, politicians, thought makers, and mythbusters. We can't wait to hear what priorities you have for international communities to invest in. UNICEF would love to hear your thoughts, your suggestions, and how we can do better to support you, to stand behind you, and stand with you. Please make us uncomfortable with the truths that you want to tell. Those are the best kinds of truths to lay forward new powers for the future. Happy International Day of the Girl.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lauren, for your motivating message.
The questions we are asking our panelists today are, as young girls, we have a lot of responsibility to protect our planet. So, what do you do to give back to your community and protect your planet? Do you feel that boys in your classroom or at home get more advantages than young girls? Or have you seen this happening anywhere? Do you feel that being a young girl, you face particular challenges that boys don't face? Do you think that safety for young girls is a big issue in your country? What is it that you want governments and world leaders to do more for young girls?
So, we shall begin the panel discussion. Our first panelist is Trendy from Suriname. Trendy, you have the floor.
Trendy, you're on mute.
Hello everyone, my name is Trendy and I'm 17 years old and I'm from Suriname. As young girls, we have a lot of responsibilities to protect. So the things I do to protect my planet is to eat less meat, not to litter, and also not to waste food and water. The things I do to give back to my communities is by helping children in need, planting trees, and just random acts of kindness to people around me. I feel that boys do get more advantages than girls because they're putting boys above us. They always want the boys to do something for them. They always just want the girls eight by home by 8, and the boys can be whatever. The boys can just be home by whatever time they want, while the girls should just be home cooking, cleaning, and studying. The boys are just home sitting. Being a young girl, we do face particular challenges that boys don't. We are being robbed of the power to control our destinies by child marriage, child labor, and to be the mother to our siblings. Safety for young girls is a big issue in our country because we're just not safe. We shouldn't be scared to walk the street. We shouldn't be scared to be in our own home. There's still maniacs while there's still maniacs running around. The fact that anything can happen to me or other girls while we're just hanging out with our friends, that thought is just scary. I just want the government and world leaders to guide their boys and give the girls more space and things they need to grow. That was my speech.
Thank you so much, Trendy, for sharing your views with us.
Our next panelist is Lucy from Canada. Lucy, the floor is yours.
Hello, my name is Lucy and I'm 11 years old and I live in Toronto, Canada. I've known Kitchen for a few years through my
Lucy, I'm
mom,
sorry to
who's a
interrupt. We are
teacher.
unable to get your audio. If
With
everyone could switch off their video.
Greenhouse, I helped clean up rivers and ravines, and at school I participated in the Eco Club as well.
Lucy, we are unable to see you and hear you properly. I would request everyone else switches off their videos so that we can save on bandwidth.
Can you hear me now?
It's slightly better. We cannot see you.
Okay.
Yes, now you're visible.
Okay. Do you want me to start again?
Yes, please.
Okay. Hello. My name is Lucy and I'm 11 years old and I live in Toronto, Canada. I've known Kikishan for a few years through my mom, who is a teacher. With Green Help, I've helped to clean up rivers and ravines, and at school, I've participated in the Eagle Club as well as community cleanup days. I ride my bike a lot, I walk to school, and I spend as much time as I can outside. I love being in the forest and I love going on walks with my family. I'm excited that I get to speak today about the International Day of the Girl. I'm lucky to live in a place that is open to everyone, and living in Canada means I'm given many advantages. However, now that I am in grade 6 and heading into middle school, I notice that boys seem more confident and they put themselves ahead by raising their hands and they brag more about what they do. This can make girls seem more quiet and less confident, and therefore they aren't given the same opportunities. Girls are often encouraged to take the nicer approach, where boys are encouraged to take the head on approach by being more competitive. I wonder if some adults and other girls would even notice that this is happening. My parents worry that I won't want to go into sciences when I'm older because not many girls enter engineering or the hard sciences as boys do, and I think that it might be hard not to follow the crowd. What if I want to join the robotics club, but all my friends join the dance team? What would they think of me? Last year, I went to a STEM day put on for girls only, and I was able to bring a friend, but I found it difficult to convince any of my friends to join me. I wondered why. Are they not interested in STEM, or would they have been more interested in a different type of conference? I guess we need these STEM days for girls to remind people that girls can be many things. Living in Canada, I don't face any safety obstacles on a day to day basis. I can walk outside by myself and with my friends and still feel safe and comfortable. I know that in other parts of the world this is a huge concern for other girls my age, but my own family has been touched by violence against women. Before I was born, my mom's sister was killed by her husband, and I think that while he still went to jail, this proves that men can get away with more. Because of their strength, they have more power over women. This brings me to what I'm learning about in grade 6. I'm learning more about the government and to what they need to fix to make the world a better place. Girls and boys should have equal rights. In Canada, it may seem like everyone's equal, but that is not the case. I've been learning about how Indigenous women, girls, and minorities face more challenges and often aren't treated as well as everyone else. I've read so many books where the main female character has an issue revolving around gender or race. It makes me feel upset that some people in our world are treated this way. I think that governments in Canada should provide programs that promote women's rights and help women who are struggling. International Day of the Girl is a good way to make girls feel more confident and promote girls and women's rights. Thank you for the opportunity to speak here today and listen to the other speakers.
Thank you very much, Lucy, for sharing your perspectives with us.
Our next panelist is Marilyn. Marilyn is facing some internet difficulties, so Duti, over to you.
Our next panelist is Yona from Bahrain. Yona, you have the floor.
Hi, my name is Yona. I'm 13 and I'm representing Bahrain. As young girls, it is very important to take care of our planet now. Even if it's just turning off your light to save energy or recycling a water bottle to stop pollution, it still plays a major role in tackling climate change and other environmental issues. Personally, I always make sure to limit my time in the shower to avoid wasting water and use a reusable water bottle since plastic pollution has a huge impact on our planet. There has always been this ideology that boys are stronger, smarter, or even better at sports. However, throughout the years, this has improved a lot. For example, before the 19th century, girls didn't really have the right to go to school or even into education. Nowadays, girls are actually proven to be getting better grades than boys and are getting higher rates of enrollment. I don't really think the boys in my classroom have an advantage against the girls, but I have seen this somewhere else. Because of gender discrimination in education, girls grow up believing they aren't good at math or science. And although this doesn't have a direct impact today, it still influences the subject choices students make. I definitely believe that young girls face particular challenges that boys don't face, such as access to education. In many parts of the world, such as sub-Saharan Africa, girls don't get to go to school and they're usually pulled out at a very young age to work. Another issue is access to healthcare, teenage pregnancy, and a lot of other gender-based discrimination. Young girls are more likely to face violence just by walking down the street, and as a result of this, they have to be taught from a very young age how to protect themselves against the cruel world. Girls are at much higher risk of experiencing any form of assault or harassment, and they are usually afraid to speak up about it. All of this affects a girl's mental health. They start developing anxiety and depression at a very young age. In Bahrain, safety is not considered an issue. However, for young girls, it is. Bahrain is known to have a safe and friendly environment, and for the most part, it's true. But a girl dressing modestly is very important in Bahrain. But as a girl speaking from experience, clothing doesn't really stop you from being verbally harassed by older men. For girls, I definitely do not think that Bahrain is safe. Walking down the streets alone here is definitely dangerous, but there have not been a lot of recorded crimes related to violence against women. The government and world leaders have the power to end all discrimination against girls. Here are some things I think they could do. One, make safety for girls your top priority. Two, provide more school facilities that are open to teaching about gender equality. And three, raise more awareness about what women and young girls face in other parts of the world. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Yona, for sharing your views with us.
Our next panelist is Roshni from India. Roshni, you have the floor.
मेरा नाम रोशनी है और मैं 13 years की हूँ.
My name is Roshni. I'm 13 from India.
मैं एक यंग होने के नाते अपनी मतलब जो भी पेड़ पौधे हैं उनको कटने से बचा सकती हूँ, काटने से बच सकती हूँ और उनको पेड़ पौधों को पानी दे भी सकती हूँ.
I can help my society by planting trees and consuming less water in daily household chores, and by helping animals and other human beings in a kind way. Do you feel that in the classroom there are more advantages?
यस, मुझे लगता है कि लड़कों को ज़्यादा एडवांटेज मिलती है और मेरे घर में भी ऐसा होता है बिकॉज़ मुझसे ज़्यादा मेरे भाई को ज़्यादा एडवांटेज मिलती है, मतलब हर एक चीज़ फ़ोन भी पढ़ाई के लिए आया है, तो वो उतना नहीं भी पढ़ता है, फिर भी उसको ज़्यादा एडवांटेज मिलती है।
Yes, I feel that boys get more advantage than girls. I see this in my family. I more often get beatings by my father than my brother. I am not allowed of going out after dusk. My parents could only afford one device for the online classes, and my brother got the superiority of using it. Anything that, as a younger, what challenges do you face?
लाइक मैं कुछ चैलेंजेस फील करती हूँ, मेरे क्लासमेट्स तो ऐसा नहीं करते, बट मेरे स्कूल में भी ऐसे कुछ टीचर्स हैं जो ऐसा फील करवाते हैं मुझे सिर्फ, बिकॉज आई एम वेरी स्मॉल टाउन गर्ल, सो
I'm a small town girl, that's why many of the teachers in my school discriminate in sports and other cultural activities. And I feel that boys are not challenged in this. And I'm restricted of clothes and after going out after dusk or nighttime alone.
Thank you, Roshni, for sharing your views with us.
I think Roshni is continuing, or
Yes, actually, she's a little nervous.
no worries, you can continue.
यंगर्स की सेफ्टी के लिए मैं बोलना चाहूँगी कि लाइक रात में कुछ लड़कियां होती हैं, लाइक मेरी सोसाइटी ऐसी है जो जहाँ पे रात में लड़कियों का निकलना भी मुश्किल हो जाता है, बिकॉज मेरी फ्रेंड मुझसे मेरे घर के थोड़ा ही सा दूर रहती है, तो मैं उसके घर भी जाना चाहूँ तो मैं रात में नहीं जा सकती, बिकॉज बहुत सारे लड़के भी वहाँ पे खड़े रहते हैं बीच में एकदम, और तो मैं अगर जाना भी चाहूँ तो नहीं जा सकती।
Safety of girls and women is a major issue in my country. I don't feel safe while walking due to goons and eve teasers. Many girls are restricted of going out night due to insecure environment. What would you like the government to do?
गवर्नमेंट से भी यही चाहती हूँ मैं कि वो ये सारी, जैसे कुछ लड़कियां अनसिक्योर फील करती भी हैं, तो गवर्नमेंट को थोड़ा तो बेटर करना ही चाहिए, एंड गवर्नमेंट को हम कुछ बोल तो नहीं सकते, लेकिन एक लड़की के कहने से कुछ भी नहीं होगा, पूरे देश की लड़कियां कहेंगी तभी कुछ होगा।
I would like my country's government to ensure proper safety of girls and women and provide educational equal opportunities and career opportunities for young girls. One girl cannot change anything, but if we all are together and speak up, the world will be different. Thank you.
Thank you, Roshni, for sharing your views with us.
Our next panelist is Nebras from Yemen. Nebras, you have the floor.
هاي أنا نبرس الإرياني من اليمن، وأنا في 14 من عمري.
Okay, my name is Nebras. I'm 14 years old. I'm from Yemen.
وأعتقد أني أملك الكثير من الأشياء الذي يجب علي القيام بها من أجل مجتمعي وكوكبي.
And I think that I have a lot of stuff to do for my community and for my people in my country.
لقد حل الدمار في جميع أنحائك يا مجتمعي العزيز، دمار الحرب ودمار العادات ودمار الجهل. أعتقد أنك تحتاج للكثير من التطوير، تطوير لك ولأبنائك لرفعك وحماية الفتاة فيك.
Nebras, say that again بس يعني حب جملة.
Okay. لقد حل الدمار في جميع أنحائك يا مجتمعي العزيز.
The war has spread all over my country.
دمار الحرب ودمار العادات ودمار الجهل.
Traditions and also the words all over the places in my own land.
وأعتقد أنك بحاجة للتطوير أنت وأبنائك.
And I really think that, and believe that you, my country, really need to be developed and improved in many things
لترقيتك وحماية الفتيات فيك.
to improve you and also to protect the girls that is inside you.
وأنت أيها الكوكب الجميل.
جيبي أكثر من جملة.
Okay. وأنت أيها الكوكب الجميل أود أن أغمرك حبا وخيرا.
And you, the nice planet, I would like to fill you with love and admiring.
لربما استطاع إصلاح ما هدمته هزة أرضية.
Maybe we can fix what an earthquake does to you.
أو مشافاة جريح في إحدى الحروب المنتشرة في معظم أراضيك.
Or maybe we can recover one of the wounded people who is there on you in one of the lands that is on this planet.
كم أود لك أن تنعم بالأمان كي أهنأ أنا وجميع سكانك بالسلام.
I would really like you to have peace and safety all over around.
كي نعيش بهدوء يشبه ألوانك الخارجية.
Just to live peacefully, just like the colors that appear on the external appearance of the earth.
أيها الكوكب أنا هنا أحد سكانك أشرح لك أولى مشاكلي إنها التفرقة بيننا وبين الأولاد.
This planet, I would like to explain one of my own problems to you, which is the discrimination between the girls and the boys.
نحن في مدارس يغلب عليها الطابع الشرقي تمنع الاختلاط في صفوف معينة.
We live in schools where those schools do not allow girls to study with boys, and they do not allow having mixed classes.
ولكنها تفرق بيننا وبين الأولاد في أشياء أخرى كالأنشطة الرياضية.
But they also discriminate between girls and boys in so many things, just like the sports and other stuff.
كما أنها ترغم الفتيات في صفوف صغيرة على ارتداء الحجاب وارتداء أزياء ذات طول معين.
And those schools also force girls to wear something we call al-hijab, and they force us to dress into particular kind of clothes which cover all over our bodies.
أما عن البيت فعندي لكم بدل القصة 1000.
But the house we've got more than one story, thousands of stories.
مئات يعنفن من أخوانهن أمام آبائهن الذين لا يحركوا ساكنا.
Again, Nebras.
مئات يعنفن من أخوانهن في المنازل أمام آبائهن الذين لا يحركوا ساكنا.
A lot of girls are facing violence inside their homes by their old brothers. And you can also see the fathers doing nothing about that.
ومئات أخريات يمنعن من الخروج للتعليم أو حتى للعب.
And also thousands of girls are not allowed to go and play and also have fun outside the house.
بسبب مجتمع لا يهتم بهن وهن نصف المجتمع.
Just because we have a community that does not care about them and does not care about having them as the half of the community.
مجتمعاتنا لا تعرف كيف تفرق بين الكبار والصغار، ولكنها تعرف كيف تفرق بين الأولاد والبنات.
In our societies, they just know how to differentiate between kids and older people, but they can't differentiate between girls and boys.
نحن نعاني من التفرقة أيما معاناة. سأذكر مثالا بسيطا عنها.
We are suffering from this discrimination, and I'll just give you examples to show you how we suffer.
نحن لا يسمح لنا ركوب العجلة في سن معين، ولكن الأولاد يسمح لهم ذلك في أي وقت.
We're not allowed to ride bicycles in a particular age. But boys are always allowed to do that.
ولكن السؤال: هل تنشأ الفروق بين النوعين من قبل الولادة أم بسبب البيئة المحيطة؟
The main question in here is that, was this discrimination born before we were born, or was it born after we were born?
أجريت دراسات لمعرفة نوع الجنين قبل الولادة عبر الموجات فوق الصوتية، ولكنها لم تحظى بأي نتيجة.
Again?
أجريت دراسات لمعرفة نوع الجنين قبل الولادة عبر الموجات فوق الصوتية، ولكنها لم تحظى بأي نتيجة.
Say that. حبة حبة.
Okay. Great.
أيوة.
من المؤكد.
لا again.
Okay. هل تنشأ الفروق بين النوعين؟
Okay.
Responding to this here. Yeah. الحكومة والقادة. Okay, we will move to another. Okay, just. أعتقد أن سلامة الفتاة قضية كبيرة ومهمة.
I guess that having the girls safe is one of the biggest issues in the world.
بالنسبة لي، ولكنها ليست كذلك بالنسبة لبلدي.
That's just for me, but it is not like this for my country and for my own government.
الذي يهتم بقضايا أكبر كالعادات والتقاليد.
For my own government and for my own country that care a lot about traditions and other stuff more than having us as girls safe.
ولكني أهتم بها لأنها تمسني.
Continue.
Okay, continue. Okay. كثيرات هن الفتيات الذي قتلن على يد والدهن.
ولكني أهتم بها
لأنها تمسني.
But me myself, I really care about those issues because they touch me personally.
كثيرات هن الفتيات الذي قتلن على يد والدهن.
We've got a lot of girls who were killed and murdered by their own fathers.
وأخريات تعرضن للتعنيف والاضطهاد.
And other girls who were exposed to violence and different kinds of violence.
بلادي تقف أمام كل هذا موقف المتفرج.
And my own country and my own government is just doing nothing but watching them doing those stuff without a single move.
لا يحرك ساكنا ولا يصن قانونا لحمايتنا.
Again.
لا يحرك ساكنا ولا يصن قانونا لحمايتنا.
They're not even putting laws to protect us from those traditions.
الحكومة والقادة، أرجو أن تسمعني. حكومة من الكثيرات التي تحكمنا.
International governments and international leaders, I would like you to hear our voices.
هناك مواضيع كثيرة، لكني سأحدثكم عن موضوع أهم وهو الأساس للتطور.
We've got a lot of topics to talk about, but I'm talking about the most important thing that is going to lead us to development.
إنه التعليم.
And that is education.
حتى في التعليم الذي هو قاعدة للتطور، حكومتنا تفرق بيننا وبين الأولاد.
Even in education, which is the most important thing a country has, our government discriminates between us and boys.
لقد قمتم ببناء مدارس للمتفوقين الذكور دوننا نحن، ونحن مثلهم في التفوق وربما أكثر.
Our government built a lot of schools for smart boys. However, for girls, we have nothing.
كتاب المناهج ينحازون نوعا ما لتشجيع قضية النوم، ولا يعنون بالقضية كمادة للتطوير.
عيدي لو سمحتي.
Okay. كتاب المناهج يهتمون يهتمون sorry. كتاب المناهج ينحازون نوعا ما لقضية النوع.
لقضية ليش؟
النوع الجندر.
Okay.
النوع الاجتماعي.
Okay. Even the writers of our curriculum, they tend to write about a specific gender, a particular gender, which is just the boys.
لكن انحيازهم ليس انحيازا إيجابيا بل لصالح الأولاد.
And just like I said, it's always negative. Always this tendency goes negative for boys, but us, we're not mentioned.
القادات والسلطات. أتمنى إن كنتم تسمعونني الآن أن تعملوا شيئا لنا.
International leaders, I would like you to do something for us if you're listening to us.
Yeah, thank you. That's it.
Thank you so much. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Nebras, for sharing your views with us.
Our next panelist is Rabia from Bangladesh. Rabia, you have the floor.
ধন্যবাদ। আমার নাম সাফিয়া খানম রাবেয়া। আমার বয়স 14 বছর। আমি একজন ছাত্রী। আমি বাংলাদেশ থেকে বলছি। আমি পড়াশোনার পাশাপাশি পুঁথির কাজ করি এবং আমি আমার এই ছোট বয়সে পুঁথির কাজের মাধ্যমে আমার উপার্জন করে আমার পরিবারকে সাহায্য করি। আমি নিয়মিত পরিবারের সকল কাজ করি। আমি পড়াশোনা করি এবং স্কুলের শেষ পর্যায়ে রয়েছি। যদিও এই মুহূর্তে আমাদের বাসায় কোনো ছেলে নেই, তবুও আমি বুঝতে পারি ছেলেরা মেয়েদের তুলনায় বেশি সুযোগ সুবিধা পাচ্ছে, যেটা আমরা মেয়েরা বঞ্চিত হচ্ছি। তারা খুব সহজে স্যারদের কাছে পড়তে পারতেছে, যেটা আমরা মেয়েরা সহজে পারতেছি না। তারা ক্লাসের পরে স্যারদের বাসায় গিয়েও প্রাইভেট পড়তে পারতেছে, যেটা আমরা পারতেছি না। আমরা ছেলেদের থেকে বেশি বঞ্চিত, মানে সব দিক থেকে বঞ্চিত হচ্ছি। আমি আমার এই ছোট বয়সে একজন গৃহিণীর মতো কাজ করি, কিন্তু আমি এখনো খুব ছোট এবং এই কাজ আমার থেকে আমার শৈশব কেড়ে নিচ্ছে, যেটা ছেলেরা সম্মুখীন হচ্ছে না। এমনকি আমার পুঁথির কাজ ও টেলারিং এর কাজ বিক্রি করতে গিয়েও আমি সত্যি সমস্যার সম্মুখীন হচ্ছি, যেটা ছেলে হলে কখনোই এই সমস্যার সম্মুখীন হতাম না। আমরা দিনের বেলায় একা বাইরে বের হতে পারি না। আমি আমার জীবনের একটি খারাপ অভিজ্ঞতা শেয়ার করতে চাচ্ছি, যেটা আমার জীবনে 2 বছর আগে ঘটেছিল। আমি অপহরণকারীর মাধ্যমে অপহৃত হয়েছিলাম, যারা কিনা নারী পাচারকারী ছিল। আমি নিজেকে ও আমার সাথে অন্যান্য 2টো মেয়েকে উদ্ধার করেছিলাম। অপহৃত হওয়ার কয়েকদিন পর আমি ও আমার সাথে 2টা মেয়ে পাচারকারীদের থেকে উদ্ধার হই। আমি খুব খারাপ অনুভূতি এবং অভিজ্ঞতা হয়েছে আমার, যেটা আমার এখনো খারাপ লাগে। আমি আমাদের দেশের এবং আমাদের দেশে প্রতিনিয়ত ধর্ষণ ও অপহরণের খবর পাওয়া যাচ্ছে। আমরা আমাদের সমাজের সকল মেয়ে ও নারীদের সারাদিন এমনকি রাতের বেলাও নিরাপত্তা চাই। আমি সবাইকে বিশেষভাবে অনুরোধ করতে চাই যেন তারা এই বিষয়টির উপর বিশেষ জোর দেন, কারণ এটা উপযুক্ত সময়। মেয়েরা নিরাপদ ও নিশ্চিত জীবন তাদের একটি সুবিধা উজ্জ্বল ভবিষ্যৎ দিতে সহায়তা করে।
Thank you. My name is Safia Khanum Rabia. I am 14 years old. I am from Bangladesh. I am a student and do handcraft work besides my study. I am helping my family by providing my earning from selling the craft work. In this earlier, tailoring is another part which I can perform besides craft work. I do all of our regular family work as a routine work. Yes, I am studying, and on the line, I am changing my school to college. Though there is no boys in my family now, but I felt that The boys are getting more advantages in my classroom. They can close to our male teachers very easily, and teachers are also accepting them more easily than girls. Even boys can get tuition after class time easily from the teachers by visiting. Yes, of course. I used to do family works in this early age as a housewife, but still I am too young in age, and this work used to took my valuable childhood life, which a boy don't face. Even to sell my crafted stuff and tailoring stuff, I faced difficulties, but I truly felt that it would be easy if I were a boy. We can't move alone anywhere, even in daytime. I want to share one of my worst experience which I faced in my early years, about 2 years ago. I was kidnapped by a kidnapper and faced human trafficking. I was able to rescue myself along with two girls during the time of kidnap. I felt helpless and it was really a worst experience faced. We are getting new news is and every day about raping and kidnapping in our country. We want safety about ourselves and all of the girls and women of the society, although the day and night in my country and the world as well. I would like to request them to work seriously in this issue because it is high time to do so. Please. Today, we are celebrating International Day of the Girl with the theme My Voice, Our Equal Future. So, I want safe and secure life for girls as is to give us bring future with freedom. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabia, for sharing your views with us. Our next panelist is Marilyn from sorry from Liberia. Marilyn, you have the floor.
My name is Marilyn Duba. I'm 17 years old and I live in Liberia. I'm really
Marilyn, we are unable to hear you.
Hello.
The
Can
audio
you
is.
hear me now?
You can speak a little louder. That would be very helpful.
Hi, can you hear me now?
A little louder. We're.
Hello.
Yes, this is good. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, can you hear me? Okay, my name is Marilyn Duba. I'm 17-year old from Liberia. I'm really great today to be one of the panelists here. And I want to say I contribute to my community by volunteering. So I'm a former exchange student. I'm an alumni of the Canada Luga Yes program. And since I came back, I've been offering my services to my community and my school. So I want to say like boys, there's some stuff between boys and girls that are not equal, a lot of stuff. And there are like some inequality in that. So in our school, the boys seem to outperform than girls on test scores. And in the classroom, boys are like the controller of conversation, which is not fair to gender based. And also, there's more challenges that girls face, which of course boys don't face. For example, some of them could be early marriage. So in my home country, based on the tradition, girls get to get married at the age of sometimes 15 and 16, which of course is not really healthy because most times they are not educated, but then their parents force them into early marriages. And when that happens, they become like a housewife. All they do is just stay at home and do all of the house chores and take care of the kids. So their life is based on whatever their husband says. Another challenge that girls face is pregnancy. Sometimes the pregnancy is not like mistake, it's like from rape. It's not just like teenage pregnancy, but it's the curse from rape. So in my country, most girls face a lot of sexual abuse and a lot of different abuses. So because of that, and the government doesn't take their kids seriously when that happens. So public safety is not really well for girls in my country. And I think that safety for young girls is a really big issue here because there's a lot of sexual violence against women and children, especially for girls. And as I said, my government does nothing. Like sometimes when it happens, the rapists just go free and the girl future become damaged for lifetime. I think what the government and world leaders should do is to level the law, which is going to affect whether adolescent girls get to attend school instead of going to early marriage, start her own business. In our society, they believe that men are the ones who are able to start businesses because they are men and they are more educated than women. And also, like leveling the law will help, and will help whether you can just kill a girl without impunity. Because most of our countries right now, like people just take advantages of women because they know that the law is really not governing women well, and most girls are in danger. And another thing they should do is to elevate the girl child. So for our society to be better and move forward, the government needs to educate the girl children. They need to actively search them out and clear a path to power. Because most time they believe that in the government, males are the only ones who get to enjoy politics. Like males are the only ones who make better decisions, and that is not true. Once a girl child is educated, she can become a world leader too. She can become a good president and make a country move forward. And they should also put stop to gender-based violence. They should make women's safety a top priority. And lastly, my message to those who are listening out there today, I would say for our country to move forward, if you want to seek a better leader, a better wife or daughter, we need to develop and change our minds. We need to involve more girls. We should provide a lot of opportunity for girls. Thank you so much and happy International Day of the Girls.
Thank you, Marilyn, for sharing your views with us. Today, we are celebrating International Day of the Girl with the theme, My Voice, Our Equal Future. We would now like to ask our panelists a final question. What is one message you would like to give everyone? We will go in reverse order. So, we shall start with Rabia. Rabia, you have the floor.
মেয়েদের নিরাপদ ও নিশ্চিত
মেয়েদের নিরাপদ ও নিশ্চিত জীবন তাদের একটি স্বাধীন ও উজ্জ্বল ভবিষ্যৎ দিতে সহায়তা করে।
Today, we are celebrating International Day of the Girl with the theme My Voice, Our Equal Future. So, I want safe and secure life for girls assist to give us bright future with freedom. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabia. Now, Nebras, you have the floor.
Nebras, you're on mute.
نبراس انت هنا.
أود أن أقول أني أتمنى أن أحظى أنا وجميع الفتيات في عمري بمستقبل أفضل.
I'd like to say that I wish that I and all the girls of my age have a better future
نعمل به كإنسان ونعامل به أيضا كإنسان
in which we work as a human being and we are also treated as a human being,
بغض
regardless of our
النظر
gender.
عن بغض
Okay.
النظر عن جنسنا أو لوننا
Regardless of our gender and our color.
كما أود أن أذكر من صنع بيننا وبين الذكور تلك الهوة والفرق العجيب
And I would also like to I'd also like to remind the one who made the differences and that strange forest between us and the males.
أرجو منك يا عزيزي أن تقرأ التاريخ
I'd like you, dear, to read the history.
لعلك ترى ما جهلت عن نساء عظيمات
You might see and recognize what you missed about some great ladies.
كماري كوري وأنديرا غاندي وجميلة بوحريت
Kamari, just like Marie Curie and Marie Curie
أنديرا غاندي
and Indira Gandhi and Jamila Buhrid.
وحينها ستعرف أنه لا فرق بيننا وبينكم البتة
And then you're going to know that there is no difference between us and you.
وأنكم كما تعملون نحن نعمل أيضا
And you're going to know that just like you work, we work.
سأستميحك العذر يا عزيزي
Okay. Again?
سأعذرك يا عزيزي
I'll allow you an excuse, my dear.
فأنت جاهل والجهل أعظم المصائب
Just because of your ignorance. And your ignorance is the greatest misfortunes.
ولكن اليوم بعد أن تسمع رسالتي
But today, after you hear my message,
أرجو أن تغير رأيك عن علم ومعرفة
I really hope that you change your mind. I really hope that you change your mind.
كي تمنح لابنتك مستقبلا أفضل
Just to give your daughter a better future.
لا تشعر فيه أنها أقل من أحد
In which she does not feel that she's less than someone.
وأتمنى أن يكون منبع جميع أفكارك هو عقلك
Again?
وأتمنى أن يكون منبع جميع أفكارك هو عقلك
And I hope that the source of all your thoughts is just your mind.
لا عادة بائسة ترثها من أجدادك وتورثها لأبنائك
Not a miserable habit you inherit from your grandparents and you pass it on to your children.
وتتذكر دائما أن المثقف الحقيقي هو من يتغير ويغير في الثقافة
And you always remember that the true learner is the one who changes and who is able to change to the culture.
وليس من يأخذها كما هي وكأنما يتلو مصحفا
And not the one who takes it as it is, just like he's reading a Quran.
لا بأس يا عزيزي بأن تعترف بأنك أخطأت
It's fine, my dear, to admit that you make mistakes.
نهاية لطالما استغربت وأنا أتكلم عن هذا الموضوع
At the end, I've always been amazed when I talk about this topic.
وكل كلمة فيه تلامسني كما تلامس فتيات كثيرات
And every single word in that topic touches me just like many girls do.
لم يتجاوزنا سن الطفولة بعد يفكرنا في الغد
Many girls who are like me, who haven't even passed the age of childhood, have thought about tomorrow.
وما يخفيه لهن فينسين اليوم وينسين معه الطفولة
And what tomorrow hides from them, so that they forget today and forget the childhood.
لأننا نريد دائما أن نتذكر أحلام الغد ونحققها
Because we always want to remember the dreams of tomorrow and achieve them without being hurt.
دون أن نتعرض لأذى أصحاب الأفكار التقليدية
okay, without being hurt by the owners of those traditional ideas and habits.
يوم سعيد لكل الفتيات في العالم.
Happy International Day for all girls around the world.
Thank you, Nebras. Now, Roshni, you have the floor.
Roshni, if you can switch on your camera, please. We apologize. We seem to be having a bit of a technical difficulty. I think, moderator, you can move on to the next speaker. We shall fix the technical difficulty of Roshni.
Now, Nayona, you have the floor.
My message to all the girls is that you are beautiful, intelligent, and powerful. We can change the world just by using our voices. Know who you are and be encouraged by your intelligence, beauty, and determination to save the world. This generation of young girls are the leaders of the future. We can prove to the world that equality between girls and boys is attainable. So always remember that your voice matters and you matter. Happy International Day of the Girls.
Thank you, Yona. Now, Marilyn, you have the floor.
Marilyn, we are unable to hear you. Can you fix your audio, please?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, much better. Thank you.
My message to all the girls out there today is that you should be proud being a girl child because
Marilyn, we're still unable to hear you. Could you speak a little louder, please? Or more into the mic?
Hi. Is it better now?
No, not really.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. My message to all the girls out there is that you should feel happy being a girl child. And I'll say that you should take advantage of every opportunity you have out there because our society right now, we are finding a way that girls and boys have the same rights as everyone should have. So the girls out there, make use of every opportunity you have, which is that you help us.
Marilyn, you're cutting out. We are unable to hear you.
You help us so that we want to be educated. Hello?
Yes, now we can hear you.
As I was saying, to our parents out there, we pray that you change your minds about us going into traditional early marriages so that we could be educated and help make our country a better one. Thank you.
Thank you, Marilyn. Now, Lucy, you have the floor.
It's not letting me turn my camera back on. Okay, wait. Okay, there. In regards to the theme of my voice, our equal future, don't think anyone else is better than you, and don't think you are better than anyone else. And work hard to make sure everyone's equal.
Thank you, Lucy. Now, Roshni, you have the floor.
कि गवर्नमेंट को एंड गर्ल्स के लिए ज़्यादा सिक्योरिटी रखनी चाहिए बिकॉज गर्ल्स इज वेरी important. Now, thank you.
I would like the world to hear that the safety of women is first, it should be their first priority, and all the women should unite and work for it. I just hope to witness all the changes, all the positive changes for all the girls in the world and live on my terms. Thank you.
Thank you, Roshni. Now, Prendi, you have the floor.
My message is not to be scared to take back the power and let our voices be heard because we are girls and we are much important, strong, and intelligent as the boys. Happy International Girls' Day. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, panelists. We shall now give the floor to Lauren from Green Hope Oman, who will give a summary of the discussion. Lauren, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. This discussion has highlighted that we, young girls, want education for all, good health facilities, access to clean water, food for all, and safe spaces for girls. How can we have a sustainable future if we, the girls, can't go to school because of lack of toilets or have our safety threatened at all times? Hence, we request that the United Nations urges governments to allocate resources to provide us with our basic human right, which is education for all, so that we are empowered to make our decisions, become self-reliant, instead of wasting those resources on weapons of mass destruction. Our sisters in the marginalized communities cannot be left behind in this fight of ours. The celebration of International Day of the Girl has no meaning if we are still deprived of our basic rights of survival. Over to you, Jyoti.
Thank you so much, Lauren.
This has been a wonderful discussion, highlighting the stories of young girls from across the world. Their messages have proved that we, the girls, definitely walk the talk and have the power to change the world. At Green Hope, we firmly believe in the change-making potential of young girls everywhere. So together, let us celebrate girl power.
Please stay safe and healthy. We shall see you soon at our next webinar.
Thank you so much and goodbye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Bye.